Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Libabuhay again, and today I will be bringing you and introducing you a very interesting, colorful plant, and they're the family of begonias. I know lots of you likes begonias. I can remember this plant during the time when I was a kid and my grandmother was still alive. And she has a lot of this in pots inside, in the balcony, and even in her garden. And they can really grow so big. So I will be showing you today a certain type of begonia, and they're called the Rex begonia. Why I choose Rex begonia? It's because the Rex begonia are very good to have indoor, especially in the areas where you have 4 seasons, and during winter or fall you have to bring in your plants, and they should be the plants that can survive even with the limits of sunlight. So stay tuned, and I will be giving to you a lot of information about Rex begonias. So these are the 2 Rex begonias that I have. If you wonder why I got them, I actually bought them and they were on sale, so I bought them for like half the price. Rex begonias are grown for their colorful, dramatic foliage. So as you see, their foliage are really very nice, especially this kind of Rex begonias. And there's always have this kind of red. This one is, everything is like red in here. There are many different cultivated varieties of Rex begonias actually, and it's sporting large leaves with streaks, spirals or veins, and often with splashes of silver pink. So as you see that, it's kind of a silver pink in it. Purple, green, and burgundy. So you see, this is actually, if you look at it like how I look at it, it's actually more like a burgundy, but in the video it looks like kind of red, but actually in reality it's more like a burgundy. And then I will tell you, flowers tend to be inconspicuous and are best removed to keep the leaves looking their best. So sad, I have actually here a flower. They usually actually bloom during winter, but today I have them already there. But then, like any other plant, sometimes it's like it's the same if you have how do you say it, dahlias. You have to take out the flowers. Why? Because you want that the leaves will retain its healthiness, its size, and they will feel much better. And that is why you have to take out the flower. But I was thinking that I let the flower there stay for like a week, and then I will take it out. Rex begonias are rhizomatous. They are growing from a thick, fleshy rhizome with swallow roots. They can be difficult to grow because they are generally thrive in humid environments. So considering that here in Sweden, in Europe, or any other countries where they have cold temperatures, then it's really best that when the temperature outside is already quite cold, then you have to take them inside. They are best grown actually as houseplants and in temperate regions and thrive in a warm, humid environment. So the perfect place or the best place to have them that you have quite a high humidity actually is the bathroom. So before I will be putting these begonias in my bathroom, I am thinking that I will transplant them in a bigger pot. So I actually have 2 of them. And actually, I promised my sister that I can give her. So what I will do is I will pull it out and just divide. Because one thing you can propagate begonias is actually dividing them. You pull the plant and then just take a bit or just divide them. And they will grow. They grow fast. Especially if they like the area, the humidity of the area that you are putting them. So Begonia Rex has, actually, you see, they have large metallic green leaves with splashes of silver in the upper surface, really stone beneath. So as you see here, you have here like a different one at the back of the leaf. And then, it's not winter yet, but I already have here this beautiful pink flower actually. It is a pink flower there. So nice, so cute. But sad to say, I have to take them out, and it's because it will affect the growth of the leaves. You have to take out the flowers on it. So without further ado, I will show you how to transplant them. And before transplanting them, I will show you how to do it, that you can take some of it, divide some of it, and plant it in another container so you can give to your friends, or you can propagate and propagate and propagate and have a lot of them. So stay tuned. I will be planting them in the other container. So now I will show you how to plant or repot your begonias. Why do you have to repot? I have been discussing a lot of my repotting contents, and everything is all about the roots. You want the plant to grow bigger. For the plant to grow bigger, then have them in a bigger container or pots. And it's because the size here in the diameter, it depends upon how big the roots were able to grow. Of course, if you see plants that like the sizes it's not so big, but they have a lot of roots, and it's because people are already cutting them, you know, to maintain a certain size. So as you see, I can see here in these begonias that they are actually like, it's actually a lot of flowers in it. So now I will go direct to what I'm planning to do. I have to just, they are, and you have to be careful because they are very sensitive, like the way that it can just easily break. So what I do is I just pull it. So now you see you have here, never throw your containers because you can use them another time. And I will look at an area where I can actually divide and take out. I don't like doing actually division. It's because it's like I feel like I'm hurting the plant. That's how empathic am I. Even the plants, I have a lot of empathy. So think how much empathy I have for people. When plants themselves, I have too much empathy for them. But anyway, I will take one part of this, and I see it here. I see this one that is moving, and it's because I promised my sister that I will give her part of it. She had been looking for begonias. Actually, we saw one time in the city, but then they were not cheap. I will tell you, especially expensive boutiques, they sell plants too, and then they sell it very expensive. This one, I actually bought this very cheap, and that is how I collect plants. I bought them when they are on sale. So see, so I have now one other begonia plant, this one, which I will give to my sister. I can actually divide this more like in 3, but I will see. I think I give it that way so she can immediately have like a very big begonia already. So I still have this one, and you will not worry that like, oh, the plants get small. No, they grow very good, especially if you were able to put them in a place where they love it and they will enjoy there and they will really grow very well. So I'm messing up here in my living area. I'm actually doing now indoor. It's because it's already very cold outside. I mean, not very cold, but you know, you freeze. Your hands will freeze outside now. We have only like 7-8 degrees Celsius. We have Celsius here in Sweden, by the way, when it comes to the temperature. So I think degrees Celsius is like half of Fahrenheit. So it's like if 8 degrees Celsius is kind of 16 degrees Fahrenheit, 16-17 degrees Fahrenheit. So now that is why, as you see, I have curtains now. I'm doing replanting and doing this kind of garden thing here inside, because to do it outside and making a video outside, it's not so nice. It's not so comfortable. I don't like it. Anyway, I have it there. So now I have my begonia plant transplanted there. I have to put it down more. You have to be sure that when you transplant, repot, or whatever transplant in the ground, you have to be sure that, and it applies to almost all the plants, you have to be sure that the soil is here. You will not have the soil up to here. It's because it's like, you know, your plant cannot breathe. So I think that one is okay. A little bit more. And it's like this. If you're not doing the hydroponic, you're doing it, planting it with dirt, then you get dirt in your hands, but it's kind of therapeutic, you know. I can actually recommend it. So just pour again some of the soil that you take out, and then just put it there and distribute, and just be not so hard in pushing them, like that. It's kind of airy there. So as you see, I have it there, and this plant is ready to grow, and the roots will grow more. And I am thinking of putting this Rex begonia of mine in the bathroom, and I will be giving you an update later of this plant, how it works in the bathroom, because actually I'd never had a begonia before, but then it's because I had been looking for this kind of begonia, the Rex begonia, because I just like their color. It's just so nice. And then when I found out that I seen this, I said to my sister, oh, now I found the Rex begonia. And I said to her, I will be giving you one plant when I can already divide it. So now I have my Rex begonia. So see, it's not so complicated to do it. Any plant, you can actually do it. And sometimes it's even good to divide them, because the more you divide them, not only that you get a lot more plants, it's more like you are encouraging the plant to grow more, to produce more leaves, and it will grow more and more. I will tell you, I remember the begonias of my grandmother before. Her begonias was really very nice. They're kind of, the leaves are like double the size of this, believe me, and they are just so big, and they're just growing. And you know, it's a different weather in the Philippines. And I remember she planted it in a pot, some she planted even it on the ground, and she have it in a plant where, you know, you do groupings. Groupings is very good to the plant. So like, it's the same here. As you see, if you look at my back, I have plants there, and if you see, it's like different plants. It's like plants likes to be in groups because they give each other warmth and they like it. So if you have only like one plant in the corner, that plant is just like humans, like they get, you know, lonely. But if you put plants in groups, like what I have here on my back, this is actually my living room, they actually like it. And then I have some candles there, so when I light up the candle, it's like they like it too, because it gets warmer. And that is how I noticed, like, for being here in Sweden for 17 years, I had been doing planting and have them inside. I think I had already for more than 10 years. I didn't have before when my kids were very small. I never had plants because I have no time for them. You have to take care of them. And I've noticed that when you do groupings with your plants, they love it. They like it. So I would really recommend that if you have plants, don't just acquire one and put it in the corner. Take like 3, 4, or 5 of them. Have them in groups in the corner. And I will tell you, they love it. They like it. And all you do, anyway, if it's winter, you don't water them all the time. I just water them maybe like, it depends upon if it's kind of a hot winter, that maybe once a week. But there are some plants that are not so thirsty and you don't have to water them all the time. You only just, you only just water them for like once in 2 weeks. But the best rule is that you touch it. You touch it. If you feel that it's moist, don't water them. If you feel that it's quite dry already, then water them. And there are some plants that will speak to you. There are some plants that when they are like, taking your attention and telling you, hey, water me. Why? Because you can see them in their leaves. And I have some plants here who are quite thirsty, and I just look at them and then I can already see that, oh, my plant, I need to water them. Because you see them, and then if you water them, then they look like this. They look so happy, you know. So that is how one of those tips. And if you wonder why I can give a lot of tips, it's I learn a lot during my, how do you say it? I learn a lot during, maybe you want to see me, I will do like that. Sorry with my hands, you know. This is the hands of a real gardener, you know. And you just love missing here. But anyway, if some of you are like, don't know me yet, and you might think how far I go, how far I learned about gardening, I will tell you, I learned about plants, and that was since I was a small girl. I always loved to plant. I always loved to propagate. And I will tell you, since I was like the age of when I can already start, you know, to dig and something else. When I was in my elementary, I just love to plant. When I see people and they have their plants, I just want to do it. I want to have a garden, and I did it. I planted a lot of fruits, and until now, all the fruits I planted in the Philippines, my mother, when I talk with her in the phone, she's just like, oh, your mango here, it's kind of a lot of fruits now. Oh, so all those plants that I planted, they are still alive. And it's just happy to think that a lot of people were able to, you know, to get some of it, to get the benefits of those plants that I planted. And I can remember even on the place where my sister lived, I have plants that I propagated, but I let my father planted it in their areas, and now it's already, you know, a lot of fruits. And I don't know, I just feel happy about it. It's almost like if I look at the plant, it's almost like the plant is speaking to me. Mind you, some people may think it sounds crazy, but I think a lot of gardeners can relate to me. A lot of people who are too much in plants, they can even see what the plants wants to have. It's like you just see the leaves of the plant. You just look at the plant and you can see immediately what your plants needs. Oh, I need water. Oh, I need some, you know, some plant food or vitamins. And as of now, it's quite available. It's not quite, but it's so available anywhere on in boutiques or plant boutiques, that they have this kind of in powder, they have in the form of like small sticks, they have in the form of a liquid, and you just mix them water, and then you just, you know, put it in your plant, apply it in your plant, like every week, once in a week. And with me, I cannot do it once in a week because there are some times that I'm just so tired, and then if I'm so tired, I just let it be. So I know some people here might not be so interested in plant, and they will just, you know, like turn off the video. But for you people who are really listening, and you have the interest in plants, or maybe you have some friends who loves plants, then maybe you can share my information to them. Having plants is some kind of a thing where you give something and you get something. And if you are living in countries like my country, Philippines, if you have friends, if you have relatives, and I'm sure some of them or most of them have plants, especially after the pandemic, everybody almost like, you know, loves plants, you know. I know somebody here in Sweden, a friend of mine, she never likes to have plants. But then suddenly when the pandemic comes, they were at home, she has to work at home. And that was the time she started. I was shocked, like she started to have plants. And then after that, she was like, oh, I actually start to like plants already. But for me, I am born to be a plant lover. I just don't have it now that I'm at my age. I already have it since I was a kid. And it goes with you. I don't know if some of my kids, because I don't have a girl, I only have boys, I hope some of them would have interest in plants someday. It's hard to see now, but I really hope, because I will tell you, I have a lot of beneficial things I got from propagating plants. And there's a lot of friends of mine, I share my plants, I share it. So some of my friends will just ask me, if you don't have this, just tell me, because I have this kind of plants. And if they come, I will just like, okay, do you want this kind? Yeah. And we just, you can exchange with your friends and just look around when it's like the month of, if you're living somewhere where you have 4 seasons, you have to be wise enough and smart enough that when at the end of the summer, the stores will sell their plants on a cheaper price. They will sell it on like 25%, 50%, up to 75%. Some of them, they even just sell it on the price they got it from their supplier. And why? Because they have to get rid of the plants. If it's already end of the summer, then all the plants that grows during summer should be sold. They have all their inventory should be, released, and then they will have another inventory of plants that is for the fall or the autumn. And after that, it will come again. They will change again their inventory to the plants that grows during the spring, and then come on the summer again. So that's how the pricing of the plants differs. Another thing, if it's a very rare plant. So now in this video, I'm already mixing up, but it's okay. Anyway, to all my friends who are watching me in this content, thank you so much that you are until this end of the video. I know who you are, and you know who you are. We have some already friends here, and like who have kind of the same interest, and or friends that just listen to you because you kind of have a relationship already in YouTube, and I have it already, and I know who they are. They know themselves also who they are. So thank you so much. Now I will take this opportunity to thank you everybody who supported my channel, everybody who are not tired of finishing my contents, either it's interesting for them or uninteresting for them, because I will tell you, we have all different interests. But when it comes to friendship, you actually do the things, it's not because that's your interest, but it's because for the sake of your friendship. Give it a chance. Watch your friend's video full. Don't skip. That's how I do here in YouTube. I want to help other people. And we're helping each other. And for me, helping other people, it means doesn't matter how long is the ads. I just let it play. I don't turn it off. So maybe, of course, it affects how many content I can view on my free time, because I'm working too. But for me, I just want to do it because that's what I want. I want to help people. And so I give information, I do my contents, I create my contents. So regardless of your interest or not, I will just tell you that when I support, I support. This is Evelyn of Liva Buhay. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.